and let's talk about more college football from rivalry weekend. Michigan getting the upset over Ohio State 13-10. Syracuse coming back from down 21-0 to beat Miami 42-38. And South Carolina, the Gamecocks, the place where Elijah loves so much, played against Clemson and were able to get the upset as well, 17-14. With with all of those upsets happening, there was a lot of things shaking up in terms of the college football playoff picture. I'm absolutely certain. We'll look at the AP polling a little bit later. Um, but Elijah, as we were kind of getting ready, or as we were, wrapping up with the Raging Cajuns and seeing some of these upsets, our eyeballs were going back and forth between different games and different scores. Like, to see the underdogs in a lot of situations come up with upsets, like, how exciting is that? Not only in just college football, but just in sports in general, man.
Um, I love it. I think that's the definition of football, any sport, honestly. So rivalry weekend. Sometimes one team is light years better on the other team and on paper. Traditionally, sometimes it's always like that. But you play each other so much that it's like you have a feel for it, and you never know what the outcome can be or will be. So you just got to line up and play, and that's what I like about that. With Michigan and Ohio State. If anybody's know college football, I didn't give Michigan a chance. I don't think most of the college world gave Michigan a chance. Michigan comes back and they still win this one 13-10. Miami and Syracuse. I didn't give Syracuse a chance. They still come back from 21-0 to beat Miami. Like, that's football. At the end of the day, it doesn't just take. It's not just one guy. It's going to take 11 on offense, 11 on defense, 11 on special teams. So, and that's what I like about it, man. It's like rivalry week. It's like, we always say, like, you fight into the last second of the quarter. I feel like that actually happens during this time. They fight until the end. They fight until it's all over and see how it plays out. And as you can see, a couple of upsets did happen. So I love it, man. College football is, to me, is like, I know it's probably at the peak for some people, but it has grown and took another notch to me with everything that's going on, off the field and off the field and on the field. But it took another toll on me, peak on me, because it's like, I think these guys have more. I'm not saying they don't want to contend, but they have a lot of pride of playing spoiler than you see on, like, the professional level. Like, they take pride in being a spoiler. Hey, if we can't make it, you're not going to make it either. And they did that a couple of times over the weekend. So I love it, man. I love it. And it's only going to get bigger from here. I don't know if I'll watch a Western Michigan versus Eastern Michigan game, but if it came down to about 10 overtimes, I'll be like, okay, maybe it's interesting to watch again, but or watch. But there's some rivalries that you really enjoy, and some of them played itself this weekend.
No, absolutely, man. I agree with you. Like, rivalries and upsets and storming the fields and all of those different moments like that is what makes college football so special. Like, NFL is great, NBA is good, MLB is good, but man, it's just something about the way college football is. Nothing like a Saturday, an 11 a.m. kickoff. You're seeing a team getting upset, and then at 2:30, you see another team get upset, and then in the nightcap, you see another team get upset. Like, there's nothing like it. There's no other sport like that where you can be flipping through the channels all day long and just be watching football, different games. And then especially in rivalry week, we'll talk a little bit more in the Fitz take about rivalries and what they mean to the sports world of things. But it it sets the table for a lot of moments where the team that's supposed to win doesn't win. Like Ohio State, I think, was like a 21-point favorite or something like that coming into the game, and they don't even score 21 points because I think I said this after the Cajuns beat Wake Forest. It's not about the conference patch that you put on the front of the jersey. It's about the last name, who you're playing for, and then the team name on the front, who you're playing for. That's what it really boils down to. And that's what you got to love about college football, because no matter who the guy is that's in front of you, whether it's a 5-star, whether it's a walk on, you got to still lace them up, put the ball down, and go play the game. Uh, and we saw that in those matchups. Now, the stuff we saw afterwards was insane. Like as we were looking at the Cajuns game, and I had the Michigan Ohio State game on my TV, and I looked up, and I thought they were storming the field. I was like, you don't storm the field for a rivalry game, do you? I don't think that's how that goes. I look up, them boys is fighting. They going at it. They squabbling. They took Kendrick's lines for certain and started squabbling up. So much so during the melee, police officers had to pull out pepper spray and light them boys up to separate them. Like I said, we'll dive into more about it, but just like the pepper spraying thing and the reason that they had to separate them like that, like how do you feel about that, Elijah? Was it too much? Was it not enough? Like, what do you think?
No, pepper spray was correct. Uh, hey, bro, I'm not with all the tasing and all that stuff. So pepper spray, I mean, you're gonna feel the burn, but you gotta think about it, man. Like it was, how many people's on this team? Like it's over 50, and you got to break up possibly 20 to 15 fights. It's only one of you, you know. I mean, hey now, pepper spray. Yeah, you got to stop doing it. I mean, these, and we're not talking about like we talking about men that's lifting every day. That you know what I'm saying? Like they're not
Adrenaline
gonna
high, all of that.
yeah, like you only could do so much. But I'm happy that everyone, nobody was really hurt throughout the situation. Of course, some people got punched on, some people got slapped, and then some people got pepper sprayed. But they went home to see another day. That's what it really came down to. But with rivalries fighting, uh, it's like what you expect. You know, people want to plant their flags. People want to talk that smack at the end of the game. I mean, it was a couple weeks ago. Ohio State banned was talking junk. Did something with Michigan to talk junk to Michigan on the ban, whatever the whole state formation was. But it was a talk junk to Michigan. Michigan comes in there in a week or 2 weeks. I think it was a week from there, a week from that game. So again, it's like it happens. It's rivalry week. I mean, it's nothing that you don't expect. So what they should start doing is hiring more security probably during that week, beefing that stuff up. Making sure that if a fight does break out, pepper spray will be the ultimate last resort where we can have enough guys on deck where we're breaking up. Because again, coaches isn't going to do enough. Other players, even when they try to break up a fight, it look like they're in it. So the other players still gonna punch him or do whatever they gotta do. And then security is not. It's only about so much of you guys. So I think they start beefing it up, and I think that with everything that happened, it's expected because it's rivalry. Two teams that is growing not to like each other, um, and somebody got to lose, and the losing emotion may trump everything and start to squabble up, as you said. So you know, that's what I expect from it. It's rivalry. It's nothing else to expect.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta getting them boys some pepper spray was insane. I ain't gonna lie. That's that's crazy. Them boys was squirting water in their eyes to make sure they could see. That was crazy. I get having to get them separated as the most effective way as possible, but I don't know. Get a bulldozer or something. I don't know. We gonna have to figure out a way to get
They're
them
gonna be
boys
breaking
separated.
people's hands and back.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Something we got to do something. I don't know. So I don't know because the same way they storming the field, they planting flags and all that. They might start finding them boys. You want to plant it? All right, it's gonna cost you about quarter of a meal. What's up? And then that's gonna start hurting it. If you bet not plant this flag. You bet not plant this flag. I will suspend you. That's gonna be the president of the school saying that. Forget the head coach. We not losing no money for you being silly. We not doing that. So Um, yeah, man. Like I said, the upsets kind of shake up the top 25. The AP top 25 came out Sunday. Oregon number one, then Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia moving up to 5, Tennessee, Ohio State moving down to 7, SMU at 8, Indiana, Boise State, Alabama sneaks up to 11, Arizona State going to 12, South Carolina at 13, Miami falling to 14, Ole Miss to 15, Iowa State 16, BYU, Clemson, UNLV, Colorado, Illinois, Missouri, Syracuse coming into the top 25. Army, and then Memphis routing things out in the top 25. So the CFP latest rankings will come out later this week. Obviously, the ones that matter will be after championship Saturday. So we will be keeping our eyes on that to see who makes it into the first 12-team college football play. Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.